Big man tings. Ding dong at the movies. I think that's drill music. I don't know what drill music is, but someone tweeted me and said, why are you playing drill music?
That's true.
I don't know even know what it is. I thought it was grime music.
It's like a new genre every 2 months.
Yeah, but why are they talking about Uzis in the UK? We don't have Uzis in the UK. For sure, we don't have Uzis.
We just have
Uzis. Took the girls to the movies. Did a ting with a big bong thing. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to North America. Enough drill music impersonations from me. We are here for... Music? I don't know, but there was like some controversy because... Controversy, rather. Because some people would... Some dude got shot. Some drill music guy got shot. No, he's dead. But enough about that. Counter-Strike time. Renegades will be in action again today. 4 games. I've had too many espressos, man. 4 North American matches for you. Let's look at the leaderboard and see how things are shaping up.
That's 4 games. You're fine.
Yeah, but my thumb was kind of... It wasn't committed either direction. So it's like 4.5 games. James,
you just got to... It's not like you. You need to commit. You usually commit.
NRG, Liquid, and Cloud9 have finished all their games. MIBR, though, are just 3 points behind Cloud9 with 4 games in hand. So they could shoot up this table. Same could be said for Renegades. It's still, you know, I don't know if Liquids, or maybe Liquids have qualified. I'm not really sure. But Cloud9, their fate is certainly not in their hands anymore.
Yeah.
Renegades 8-4-4 at the moment. And again, they'll be playing 4 games today. So very curious to see what they can do with that. Looking at the rest of the table, Complexity, of course, have played just under half of their games. They won't be in action today, so there'll be a lot of catch-up for them to do. Later on, towards the bottom, Space Station absolutely wrecked. EUnited will be in action today as well. With 5 wins and 9 losses, perhaps they can make sure that they don't... Actually, I think they're pretty much... I'd be surprised. Space Station have 6 games to play. So there is a world where EUnited could capitulate and end up in a relegation zone. They're fighting to stay out of that today. We can look at today's matches and see who is playing who, where, and all that. EUnited up against Renegades first. Mirage and Cash will be very interesting, especially because...
Renegades are good now.
Well, that and other reasons which we'll come back to. Space Station will be following up. So Cash and Dust too. We have 4 nice open maps for the likes of Gratisfaction. But what about EUnited? Their in-game leader was their sniper rifle player. They kicked him. They added FNS. They had Relics tried to pick up the AWP. That apparently didn't work, and he's gone as well. And they've picked up Cooper. Right, which has been quite controversial. Would you like to fill us in on that?
Pretty much Freakazoid and Cooper were teammates on Swole Patrol, and then...
They were brothers, man.
They were brothers.
They were family.
Blood
They're still family, technically speaking.
I guess so, but the problem is that the whole controversy is that Cooper left without handing any time for Swole to find a ringer or to even have a person on the roster, because roster locks in like in 1 or 2 days in a lot of these leagues. And so it's very sad in a way. It just, I feel so sorry for Freakazoid, and even though this is good for kind of Cooper to be on, you know, a step higher than what he was on Swole Patrol, but I think in the long run, I don't know, he might regret this decision.
So he's a sniper?
Yeah, he's been open for Swole Patrol.
Okay, we had Swole Patrol at a minor, but they didn't last very long, so I don't really remember Cooper, to be honest with you. I don't know, maybe someone else is commentating his games. I don't even know if we commentated them.
They have mixed results sometimes. I mean, they're up and down, but they were an up-and-coming team. They had a lot of potential. They've been practicing hard, and you know, I liked what they were doing. They have a lot of talent, like with Zelsis and all of them. I think they'd be good, but with this Cooper thing, it might, well, probably kill the team.
So Dan, our beloved EUnited roster has gone. Even Relics is on the bench now, which
That's weird, yeah.
find weird. Like, we can't really know what to expect. You replace your in-game leader sniper with an in-game leader rifler, then you replace another rifler in order to get a sniper, a dedicated sniper. We're seeing a lot of teams go for the hybrid. It apparently didn't work for Relics, and now he's on the bench. So who knows what we will see from this EUnited. In the early games we saw, I think we've seen maybe 2 games of FNS, and he was fragging for the team. But it's just like the EUnited of old is gone now. There's too many changes.
Yeah, it's just easy pickings, presumably, for their opposition. I think Renegades are well poised as a team that's had changes, but look like they are just connecting really well together from a role perspective and otherwise, and looking like a strong unit. And so EUnited, this is just really weird because I'm worried that it will kill. This might kill them, and because all the stuff that they were building was like pretty consistent. They had a consistent core. Now, how much that's interrupted, I don't know. Obviously, it's that's perhaps something that they were weighing up. I'm not sure how where the decisions are made. Sometimes with these teams, you might get the decision made outside of the team itself, and maybe it's just a management decision where they see an opportunity, even though it's maybe not true to what. Because that's the thing, like there are a lot of intangibles when it comes to the chemistry of a team and so on. So I mean, you were talking about this earlier, Eric. So it's difficult, isn't it?
Oh wait, he's not there. It's Relics.
Oh, Relics is okay. Oh. Strange. Well,
Finesse is there though.
We have a smoke towards jungle from FNS, and Jacob has very awkward duels to take as are spamming, but nobody's accepting an email in their inbox. 2 versus 4 now. Dapper with a 2K. Gratisfaction behind the smoke. Guys who know Shani apparently call him Grat. There's a lot of syllables to use when you're commentating. So maybe we'll eventually go to Grat. It's too close to Nat though, which is not good. And they both start with G.
And Rats.
That too.
And Mats.
Gratisfaction taken out by Dapper's 3rd kill of the round, and Liaz might be his 4th. No, still alive now, but I don't know if he's got time to win this round. 2 targets, being patient with the USP. But the pistol run will go to EUnited.
The weird thing there is that both Az and JKS had a huge sort of cluster of players that weren't looking at them, and after shooting 5, 6, 7 bullets, neither of them could get a single kill. And so it probably should have, and most times would have been Renegades round. So that's kind of a weird start for Renegades, but they do opt to go for the full force buy here, spending pretty much everything, leaving only a couple $100 in the bank. So we'll have to see if it works out. This is a great buy to do against a team that might be unorganized, so we'll see how it goes.
Interesting that Relics is back on the team. They did announce the signing of Cooper, but perhaps, I mean, he is still part of the team, technically speaking, Relics, so considering the signing of Cooper is so recent, it may make sense to try to secure their position with what's familiar. So we'll see how the AWP works out for the team later on, and who knows, maybe it doesn't work out with Cooper, and then he's just, destroyed relationships.
Yep, the bridges.
With some emotional brothers, who knows.
So apparently this Cooper thing destroyed like 3 different careers, because there's another third party involved that's not mentioned as much, but a guy named MOTM, he's like an up-and-comer, like he played, I think, at lower level of a professional team before, but he was actually going to quit his team to join Swole Patrol, but then Swole said no to him after he accepted it, so he got kicked from his team, and he's not joining Swole Patrol, and now he's in limbo.
Oh, that's nice.
So bad.
Oh man.
That's business for you. Sometimes it goes very, very bad.
I feel so sorry.
Yeah, that really sucks.
What a mess.
So, yeah, we've spoken a lot about Renegades recently, but the EUnited story is also important. A team who would have made it to LAN last season. That's one of the weirdest things. If they hadn't had to go to Europe to play, I think, some MDL LAN or something like that, I'm certain that they would have made it to LAN for ECS, and they've gone from that to kicking their in-game leader Sniper and adding an extra player and just kind of shuffling everything around now.
Yeah.
So it's very, I just don't know what to expect.
The one thing that I worry sometimes with situations like this is that it's really important that the decisions are like made within the team to a certain extent, because if you have people that you've been performing with and you have relationships with, and like the chemistry is there, to have that disrupted and just everything thrown out of whack, that can take quite a while to recover from. And so I hope that these changes reflect what the players want and need as well for the team, and that it's not just being forced upon them, because that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Mouse Sports, for example, I think it's a good example of that with the pickup of snacks.
Oh, look at that! We've got a flash, the pop flash from the window.
You love pop flashes.
I do. Yes, that one is awesome. I'm glad that we've seen that from another team in a pro match. We saw it from Astralis. I made my own one, which is much better than the one they threw, but because it pops just underneath the arch. But still, it's great stuff. As I had a flash of his own, I did wonder why he wasn't using it, and there was my answer. Fantastic.
Brings a little tear to your eye. all the little things in life.
Jacob's in the behind the box. This is a blind spot, especially if you're staring on the floor. If you're playing against noobs, you can just sit here and look at the corner and watch people run past you, and then try to knife them.
Jacob's been playing really well. Well, at least yesterday he was playing really, really well, and that was very fun to see. It seemed like
Well, that didn't work.
great. It's a blind spot.
That
Maybe
knows
it's
the
not.
angles. That's why it's like a more effective at lower tier CS.
Be a little better if maybe if Renegades were kind of baiting them into him a little bit, you know, like a little distraction, instead of letting them walk up, just check the corner.
I think in most cases, or commonly, especially with the smoke down, someone's going to go into connector.
True. See that?
Yeah, so. Well played from EUnited. So curious to see where this team will go. Ace is streaming at the moment. He is homeless. Sempis was just removed from Envy, right?
Yeah.
But he was replaced for someone else?
There's thoughts about it. I don't know if it officially went through. Did it officially? Like they were
I
about
think
to bench
so,
him?
yeah.
I think it did, but I don't know 100%.
I mean, statistically on that team, it was well, it's like you in show matches, James, but you are trying to knife people in show matches. So there is a difference there.
Okay.
So that was a soft diss.
Yeah, but more for Sempis, not me.
No, exactly.
You're kind of slaying Sempis there. What did he do to you? Jesus.
It was a weird team though because they had 3 main operas when they
Yeah.
put the so I was like,
Yeah.
a lot of people were like, how is this going to work? And it doesn't. So that's why they're making changes.
Yeah, I find it strange that you sign a team like that, but I guess if you're just happy to start from ground zero and you know it's going to suck at the beginning, then you know.
I mean, maybe that's one of the reasons for those awful stats. Like the stats often can be a team issue. Nice.
I love that. That's a clap for me.
That is beautiful.
That's a good
really
reason
nice.
not to smoke the window.
Yeah, that's a great counterplay to that. That's a great counterplay. Don't go into the angle that they have over the smoke. Nade them in the face.
Very effective pop flash from Dapper. Gets anyone peeking from the connector. Very easy to line up. With that double nade, Renegade's a little curious. They want to find what's happening in the middle. So far, they don't see anything, so this might prompt them either A or B execute. It looks like they're going to go to this A bomb site. Here they go.
ECS under balcony. Oh, he's got a little Prezi. It's a bomb. Had a couple kills and another kill. That's 3. That's it. Shut down. No Molotov there for the shadow position. They couldn't trade it out either. It was JKS was effectively alone there and just getting 1-for-1s for days. Not a good start for EUnited. And one comment I was going to make actually is that one thing we know about FNS's leadership style is that he does tend to slow teams down insofar as, he plays well, just a slow pace, generally speaking. Like and I always found that EUnited was quite good on the the faster paces.
Yeah.
So
FNS from his previous teams like CLG and C9 is a very default, basic, methodical style of strat caller, which in its own can be pretty good at lower tier kind of leagues, but once you get to this invite professional level, you have to mix it up more, and so that's one of the weaknesses of FNS. He needs to mix it up. He needs to have some of those puggy kind of styles to complement his slow, kind of predictable way. If you do it too much, it becomes predictable because you see nades. Oh, they must be hitting.
best example of that was probably North before, maybe 6 months ago, 6 to 8 months ago. It was pretty bad for them at that point. Really good players, but under that system, it was a bit too linear and just didn't offer up enough variety and dynamic play was missing. You want to find a balance between that and between Fnatic, and somewhere in the middle there is good. That's something that SK figured out. Well, rather, it was Luminosity with the Brazilian core with Fallen, Fur and Cold that they figured out when they burst onto the scene. Initially, they were very tactical, very slow, all about the strategy. Then they started to understand how to leverage the individuals as well, and then they had this perfect mix, and that's what made them very strong. And that was the beginning of their era.
Nice timing from Jacob, taking out Relics. 38 seconds remaining. The bomb's heading towards B. And this is a different kind of split. Gratisfaction, though. He is ready for what's possible. Now, Moose is on his own towards the B bomb site with the bomb, and seems they have an idea that Dazzle might be here. So Moose has to make a play. Not going to work out. A clean round for Renegades. Nobody gets touched in that round at all. And the money is broken for EUnited.
Jacob having a lot of patience there. As you saw towards the end of that round, with 30 seconds left, there's a smoking connector, and that's it's not too common to have you smoke that late in the round, especially at a high-profile spot like connector middle, where a lot of times you're using your smokes early to stop either rushes or Molotov pushes and stuff like that. So very patient play by Jacob.
Predicting the balcony pop, nice. If they were to just run all the way, that would have been a good timing to stop that. So he's not just throwing an aid, he's understanding the timings of when the T's could be there, on, like when the rush timing will be. And there it is. They are going to burst through Palace, and they're going to get sprayed down. They're not going to get a bomb plant here. Good work from Renegades to deny that. And I'm actually wondering, I don't know if how you feel about this, James, but because we've watched so much CLG in the past and so much finesse, you know, his leadership in the past. So far, the T side does feel very finessey to me. And EUnited, I do feel like they played a bit looser and a bit faster. So, and it is, teams that are good at mid-rounding are amazing at just dismantling that kind of a team. So, I'm wondering if this will work out for EUnited.
It's just a whole new world, man. No ace. You don't have to have an AWP on the T side, but again, you just the identity is gone. As they're looking to fall back with that. Now what will EUnited do? 3 players towards the B bomb site. Oh, this is looking slightly laboured. They're lining up, but they will survive for a time. Grat not really hitting the mark there. That's a lot close to the Mac 10. Straight in the face from JKS. Gets an upgrade. 2-1-2. They've got post-plant smokes as well. There's a first, well, there's a flashbang. Now, if Dazzle throws his smoke, he will concede his position. I have an idea of where both players are. Sorry, it's the CTs with the smokes. What am I talking about? There's a HE for Relics. Ooh, he's in the red now. 13 HP. Perfect timing from Dazzle, chasing the frag almost, but that would have been very costly through the flames. Relics will take the 1v1, and there is a round for EUnited, picking up the AWP as well, so perhaps we will see Mr. Weaver with the sniper rifle.
I mean, a whiffed spray and Gratisfaction missing a shot as well, and otherwise that round should have been crushing. After that pick, like through the underpass, they know it's going to be a B play. They're ready for it. That shouldn't really be a round Renegades will lose most of the time. So very fortunate for EUnited. Now they're just going to go for an A set piece.
Whole team pretty quickly. So here is that change of pace. Now HE could be everything, might be nothing though. Dapper gets out fast enough to take out JKS, and it is retake territory. A nice gap in the smoke for Gratisfaction. Won't need 2 shots, just the one was good. Are they in position to take CT EUnited? Will there be a post-plant flash? Maybe a barrel boost. No, Liaz just biding his time. Dapper up close, but surely as the smoke starts to go, there will need to be a flash. Flash for the CTs. Dapper sees nothing. How's he still alive? He's dead now. 4 versus 2. Moose with a 2-man spray down. They're both in CT. They're lining up for him. He's got to be careful trying to volley the bomb, but surely there is so much time to go that it will just delay. They can smoke him off. They'll smoke the bomb off instead. Liaz holding, and he has an advantage. But he's only got the USP out. This might not be the best idea. Oh, they still get a defuse just in time, as will go down afterwards, but the round has been won.
It's kind of crazy because it does feel like Renegades are, like on the entry, for example, I feel like they're having a bit of a slow start on this, today so far. And EUnited, they got a lot of value out of that play, despite losing the rounds. In prime position to reset Renegades, now just running into B. You can really see the difference in calling. You can really see it, actually. It's very clear.
Another quick round. Trying to break Renegades. Not quite working out, though. The two CTs of Renegades in the B bomb site. Doing well, even with the USP. And now there is help. Gratisfaction stopping the cross to the bench. Peeking out, still alive. Moose down to 10 HP. I think he landed that shot.
He did.
There we go. There's stabilization for Renegades. 2 AKs as well. And money is in the pits for EUnited.
Yeah, you saw right there, EUnited last couple of rounds where they've hit B. It's almost like they're forcing the B take instead of, you know, you see a lot of teams like LDLC from earlier today, they would call a strat. If they didn't like it, they're able to fall back and rotate throughout the map. But FNS style so far, seems like he doesn't have that, or we haven't seen that yet. A lot of force play. Kind of see what else they got to bring. And
where's the spray? There we go. Smart stuff from FNS jumping up.
One thing I worry about the style of play so far, we've already seen glimpses of it, is this T-side approach is really vulnerable to aggression from the CTs. Because if the CTs because they're so passive on the map a lot of the time, because outside of the mid default, we haven't really, you know, it's very much, let's just walk over here. And there's not really challenging anything, and they're not really keeping the CTs honest. Like the underpass push, for example, that should have been a guaranteed win that round for Renegades. And that's the kind of style that the T's on the T side, it seems to be so far, that EUnited are going with. And so a team that's active can get the information and punish really massively. So as soon as they start to figure out that's, I mean, it's also up to, you know, whether Renegades decide that that's the best way to approach this. But I think universally, against teams like this, aggression is even stronger than normal. Speaking of which, Grat's going up, open hands, and Dapper's going to take him down. Very nicely done. One more where that came from, another kill. I like the move from Renegades, but they just can't seem to connect the shots, so credit to Dapper for just dismantling that one.
Renegades maybe warming up in the first of 4 games for them today. Rough start. Now, surely they've got to get aggressive somewhere. Or stack a site. That works as well. Don't often see it on Mirage, but can't argue that that doesn't make sense. Smoke into the window. And JKS has pushed ramp, seen nothing. Do they try to rotate it to B? I think it's too late at this point. Watching the cross to the bench is Liaz, but if he gets nothing out of this, it would be surely suicide to go for this. In fact, he's not giving any sun cues away. Says that they realize that. Just slowly moving back. Azaz picks up an AWP. Bonus gun. And away they go.
So another quick point I have, which is interesting again about, this like different style that EUnited are playing. You'll often see teams in EUnited's position there when they get those 2 kills on mid. What they'll do is they'll cut noise a bit. Maybe they'll still want to go to B, so let's say they'll take 3 players to B instead of the 4, and they'll leave one at Pit or maybe Palace, because the CTs will make an information play in that position. So even if you don't get a kill, but you just make contact, let's say with your lurker on Pit, if the CT pushes that position, the CTs really have no idea what's going on. But if they push that and they don't see anyone, then they have a huge amount of information. And it's a very sort of simple thing. And also, if you win that 1v1, then it's just like the round is over for the CTs as well. So it gives you more ways out of the rounds. And that's like a detail you'll actually see with a lot of the top teams. They'll have more individuals sort of spread across to really make that, you know, make it even harder for the CTs.
Looks like this round's going to be a B fake. EUnited going to throw the catwalk smokes, Molotov, kind of giving away. Going to keep 2 people from Renegades honest. But Renegades aren't biting. They're not over-rotated on this. They still have 3 people in the bomb site. So the timing from EUnited is going to be imperative. They want to take over this. The Relics does take out JKS just like that.
Jacob have a lot to do. Don't think he's been spotted just yet. Oh, the flashbang timing is brutal, but he'll still get the kill. Jiggling. Pop smoke for the ramp position, and he will rotate out of there. He's gone. Free fire from Moose. We'll concede Moose's position, and it turns into a bait gratisfaction. Can't get a second kill. That's huge from FNS. Really tight round between the 2 sides. AWP collected, and it's 6-6. Renegades with the money to buy once more for the most part. Jacob may be short. Down to the CZ, of course.
And the funny thing for me is actually it feels like, for me that EUnited are playing a little bit worse CS, but they're playing individually much better, which is not what I would have expected, to be honest. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but...
I think worse is expected in the short term. And again, that's with a new in-game leader, and we don't even know what their final 5 is now they've picked up Cooper, so it is a strange situation for them. Maybe Cooper will be the focus for the seasons to come. Very weird situation. You think Relics is a potential option, at least as a stand-in for Cloud9? In the short term? Because they've got Kirishima, and I knew that would be controversial. Because, again, as the biggest brand in North America, I think they have to be a North American team. They can't have 3 Europeans on their team.
I agree with you on that.
I guess it's that major, or like kind of like the qualifier spot as well, the major spot. I really like Kirishima in that lineup, but that is definitely a valid concern, and it's kind of a shame in a way because it is a brand thing that's outside of the game, you know, as opposed to the gameplay. But I do think as a player, he might be one of the best free agents, if not the best one, to fit what they need. And I think it's a very scary lineup with him, but yeah, I guess we'll see if it ends up being cemented or not. Times are changing.
He with smokes for EUnited. But look at this setup. This is not a retake situation for Renegades. Up close with the CZ. Jacob sees over the flames. Creates some space for himself. That is really tough now. Moving into Palace, and there's no one else there. The bomb is still waiting outside the bomb site, and Moose is isolated inside the bomb site. And that's just the first kill for EUnited. And there are 4 seconds left.
What a smoke.
When do you see A with smokes results in a timeout win for the counter-terrorists? I've never seen that before.
Well, welcome to New Look EUnited. Maybe this is the kind of pace we'll see. I mean, that's again like why I thought like the first 3 or 4 rounds I was like, oh, this reminds me of CLG. Like it seems they can see the influence. I'm hoping that that they can build in more looseness to this and more abusive pacing, because that's really important. And I think that they have a lot of potential if they can do that.
They had a chance to do that right there. FNS was kind of making a little bit more noise, but they had no one to capitalize on that to exchange the kill or push anyone back. It's kind of a nice pick off by Renegades.
Yeah, they're in a really good spot. You can see they're playing retake on A because they have a strong suspicion that it's going to be B, and it's a good way to just say, well, we have enough information, we can make a really good guess. We're confident enough that we can just retake if we're wrong. And there it is, going for the B split perhaps. But this faction will slow it down though. 50 seconds to go. And maybe a misread perhaps. As it tries to get out of there, Dazzle will capitalize. And now it's chaos. So 2 versus 3 for EUnited in the mid round, and they found an open connector. And because there was so much B presence, they've got a way into a plant now.
Gratis faction forced from his position, but he goes in front of the flame, spots somebody up the stairs. Can they stop this bomb from going down? There's just not enough cover. The CT's now all over the place. 20 seconds, 1 versus 3 for Dapper. Going for the default plant, that should be good. HE was only damaging grenade, but JKS goes wide. Out positions Dapper for the 8th round for Renegades as we move into the last round of the first half. Quite back and forth, but Renegades are the ones stringing rounds together beyond the pistol.
And that was a great response from Renegades. They really punished EUnited very hard by understanding that they could have 2 players mid and that they had enough information to sort of guess that, okay, we can actually have 2 players towards B as well. They created a really big problem for EUnited, and it worked out really, really well. I would like to see, well, the T side's over now, but I would like to see more of those sort of mid defaults from EUnited.
Ooh, what's that smoke?
What is this?
Where'd it go? Oh, that was a different connector smoke. That was a really good lineup.
It's nice, isn't it?
I think I'm going to use that one.
Nice and fast round from EUnited, but with limited success. Rat finding a gap in the smoke. And that will prove very troublesome for EUnited to cross to the site. What can FNS really do from this position? No one to boost him into the window. Got to walk into connector. 3 players for Renegades though, so it is awkward for them. And if FNS can get out of this choke point without making a step, not an easy task. Down goes one. Looking at the gun, and Liaz is there to trade. Relix on his own. Knows one of the 2 players is. Azza just having a look, keeping him honest. A flash either side for the Renegades team. That one failed. But there's one more for Liaz. Next bullet wins for Renegades. That's a big bell for Relix to ring there to finish off. Liaz now 100 HP. It's got to be so careful, Relix. Liaz very patient. We were asking too much. Round number 9 for Renegades.
I think at that point, I mean, he played the 1-on-2 really well up to that last point. With such low HP and, you know, easily spammable box, either wide swing and take the shot or just hide. I don't think the half kind of, should I peek? Oh, no, I'm going to peek. Up. With such low HP, I don't think it's a great move.
Yeah, I completely agree. I was also thinking that when I was like, you're shouldering that? Yeah. I'm just not sure about that, mate. Because he's just going to keep spraying and going to definitely be dead. Yeah. Well, I mean, all things considered, I feel like there are a lot of rounds which Renegades, I feel like they're probably winning or had advantages, but they lost. And so EUnited getting 6 rounds on the board, I think it's a really good look for them. And if they can get a strong pistol in here, they can definitely make this one work. It's a B retake though from them. So they're committing, guessing towards that A site. They are going to be wrong though. So it's down to what Finesse can do alone.
Ooh. Run away, run away. Hide by the shelves, hide by the bleach, the washing powder, the liquid.
Toilet roll.
Nice shot from Relix. Azza and JKS remain. Moose looking to flank through the apartments, it seems. He'll have to wait for them to run distraction note out the window. But Azza's ready for it. Very smart from him. Can they clean up? Now it's down to Azza. They know he's on the high ground. The bomb is planted for him, but Relix has a better angle. 2 shots for Relix, 4 kills for Relix in that round. And the EUnited get round number 7 on the board.
4 kills from Relix. He's looking to be picked up by someone else.
Yeah. It's always the way, isn't it?
It's a job interview right here. He wants to do well on his interview. Renegades a little sloppy in their push towards Team Market. I think it was Liaz who literally jumped in by himself with none of his teammates even in the area to help out. A little aggressive. I think if he waited maybe for J-Ken, who was about 10 steps behind him to take that market door at the same time, I think that move could have worked and result in different result in the round.
The damage round. I think I could find a better name for this round. From Renegade's perspective.
An eco?
Yeah, but just like what the mission is in this round, rather than what the basic situation is. What is the mission? The mission is to do damage to the economy. How can we say this in succinct fashion for the purposes of commentary, Dan? Is my question.
Well, the objective is to damage your opponent's economy.
Yeah, that's not in succinct fashion, is it? You need like a brief statement.
That is a brief statement.
It's not brief enough. Maybe it's brief for you because you're Captain Waffle.
How many words? How many words is too much? How many words?
Think of how many words you would use and then divide it by 3.
And a long statement.
30% to 50%.
You're not answering the question though.
I'm trying to make it dannable.
For you, what is a brief statement? How many words? Answer the question.
It's a feeling. It's a feeling.
That's not an answer.
You're chipping away at the round. You're chipping away at the economy.
I have the intuitive prowess to go by feel.
I'm sorry that you're getting mixed up in all of this.
I want to be involved. Eric. I want to help out you guys. I want to be a difference maker in this world.
Ooh. I want to go back in time to before this conversation.
We have a soundboard. Mostly of Dan saying incredibly stupid things.
The bear's like looking at my mouth like, but his mouth isn't moving. What's going on?
I looked really confused for a split second. I was like, wait a minute. Ventriloquist among themselves. Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Play it again.
Ineligible. I'm saying nothing. There's a meeting of minds. Dazzle versus EUnit. The bomb has been spotted. EUnited can focus on A. Oh, awkward timing. Oh, that's awkward. Everything has been lost. All is lost, like the movie where the guy is stranded at sea. Where is the sextant? Dazzle trying to get himself in a shipping lane to ask for help. But there is no help.
I don't think people understand how insane it is to be stuck at sea. Like how big. I don't think people actually realize how big the ocean is and how hard it is to find someone in the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to the ocean. I just stay away.
You have to train birds to find you in the ocean. That's how it works. You train pigeons
Oh wow.
to look for you as they fly over the ocean because of the water and whatnot. It's like hard to see with their eyes.
What did the pigeons do after that? Poo on the boat?
I mean, they put him in like a container, and that's his job. It lives and dies in that little glass bubble. It's a sad world, but it's for the better of the human cause.
The pigeon is in a glass bubble.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It looks down and it pecks when it sees like a certain color or whatnot.
But where is this bubble? Like in a helicopter or something?
Yeah, like in a helicopter or airplane. It'll fly over the ocean, like miles and miles of sea.
How the hell do you train that? I know most animal training is like through starvation, basically. So, I mean, that's a bizarre one. Renegades looking to do some bonus damage with these USPs. Relics with the AK in the connector area, but maybe it's time to fall back and hold on to this AK. Apparently not. Who needs an AK on a CT site?
Momentum here. Renegades slowly pulling away. Like a nice pulled pork sandwich. Meat falling off the bone. Slowly, not too quick.
Yep.
What? Oh, top mid smoke and that? Interesting.
Yeah, I do wonder about that myself.
Huh. It's an awkward position for Relics.
I don't
With
think they
the
know he's there though. But Liaz is in the apartment, so Rex may have a job to do. Oh, well, he's missed a pretty easy jump, and Relics is still standing in the smoke, so that's going to be a really weird situation. Finally, he goes down.
Where's his team? He's the only one. He's down in mid, and they have 2 in B and 2 towards A bomb site. Or sorry, no, actually I see one.
Flash might have been nice.
Yeah,
maybe.
flash. I saw Dazzle on the radar eventually after everything. It's hard to see.
It's like going without me, guys. I've made a mistake.
Get a flash reconnector while the smoke's dissipating. Maybe you can shotgun someone.
Nice. Hakuna Gratata.
Means no worries.
For the rest of your days.
You're gonna have to watch that movie, man.
James, you really need to watch Lion King.
Disney plebs.
You really need to watch Lion King.
You do.
Only watch movies with swords
If
in.
you don't watch it, me and Eric will just reenact it
I will.
in an interpretive dance.
As long as you do it on the camera, it's fine with me.
Always for the clout.
Look at this creep into the A-bomb site. Bomb is in Palace. But ooh, nice peek from JKS. And that's it. That's probably the round here. This will be very difficult to get back in. Oh, well, there you go. JKM first bullets. Dazzle dead.
Ooh, Moose, you like that? I think
he's a
Moose is
kid.
like that.
Tell Moose that there's a kit right there.
No, he hasn't like that. He just wants no part in this universe.
It looks like Natu, so it's just, I can't unsee it. Does it, right?
Yeah, it does a little bit.
He's got a round head.
Yuna.
The young Natu.
Yuna.
I think I accidentally called him Nasu once. Actually, recently at the Asian Minor.
Well, there is a Nasu, isn't there?
Yeah,
Finnish
and he was
Nasu.
also Finnish. He's
Yeah.
Lurkus' brother.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
so, but I think I accidentally called him Nasu. But then I didn't realize it until after I was done talking to him. I wonder if he thinks I'm a dick or something. That calls me Nasu. What an idiot.
Well then, EUnited have lost all their money. All the money's gone. Lost their wallets in the club. And they got them back, and all the money was gone. All the cash has been taken. That's happened to me.
It's the worst feeling, getting out-sniped by a deagle. That's a fist slam on the keyboard in my book.
Pistol rounds. That must be annoying. Moose in FNS. Moose.
Alright, call timeout EUnited. You have 4 timeouts, right? I don't think remember seeing him taking a timeout yet. So take one right now. You want to. Just talk about it. Ice the kicker. Slow it down. Change it up. Do something different, please.
Relics has a nice knife. Knife watch. Big ass green knife. I like it.
It's a Bruce Banner.
I don't have a green knife. Nor do I need one, although green is my favorite color.
I think you should get one.
I wish I could just unequip the knife and just have fists. Just like beat people. Just beat them. Get up behind them.
You are the personification of like a baby's fist, I think.
You what? What does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything.
You got a baby fist? You got small hands or something?
I got small hands, yeah.
No, he's the personification of a baby fist. He doesn't have baby fists. He is a baby fist.
What does that mean, though? You can't explain it, can you, James? You just like to say random things.
Dapper after being boosted into the jungle position, and down come the smokes. Bombers rotating towards A. Now, if Dazzle hears this, before he flanks all the way back to the back of Palace, maybe he flanks around the front. Or he will hear the footsteps, and in fact, FNS will do the flanking. Moose, though, he's keeping an eye on the crawl space, but there's a player by the bench. Rex hasn't seen him just yet. Awkward. Now what? They know Dazzle's in the Palace, but they have CT, and Moose is moving into jungle, but Dazzle's been taken up. Problem solved. Bomb planted.
Bomb has been planted.
Surprised he peeked there.
Damn. The shadow advantage. Lovely.
As you mentioned, Dazzle gave his away position in the Palace. He should not have peeked first within the first like 5-10 seconds of just being spotted. Should have waited a little bit, maybe repositioned a ramp, or maybe just wait until his teammates even have a chance to come back, and then he can maneuver. But him dying so early, preventing any retake from EUnited even happening.
As Devilwalk used to say, the threat is bigger than the action.
It's good advice. Good advice.
Yeah, the threat of the flank
Greater.
is more impactful on the T's decision making and on the rounds than if he was to try to take the frag by pushing.
Two rounds away from another victory, Renegades. Again, this is their first of 4 matches today. Ooh, Renex just showing some skin there. 3 players in mid now for Renegades. EUnited being very, very careful. 2-man push for EUnited in the ramp, and I think they're doing this silently. Checking for a grenade setup. You can see a player's legs up there before they will see you. And they see that no one is in position. Now what does Dazzle do? Doesn't seem like he wants to pursue further, and perhaps that will work out well because JKS was in Palace, and I think he's curious about the ramp. A flashbang. Maybe offering some kind of fake, but EUnited know. I mean, do they assume that there was just one player at Palace who's thrown that and they're trying to throw a spanner in the works? Relics with a nice peek, but Gratisfaction will trade. Don't know if Dapper was seen having a look in connector. Now, there's only one person on the B bomb site, despite him having pushed ramp and seeing nothing. So that flashbang seems to have had a lot of value for Renegades.
They have really strong positions at this point. The B split, encroaching upon the B bomb site, and EUnited out of position. They've only got 2 players who could respond, but the thing is, it's not really 2 players that can respond that well. That said, Dapper does get a kill, but my point was that he would be locked into shop. There's no real way to escape that position. He's got an MP9, so, well, that's slightly annoying, but JKS will still be fine. Such a big advantage here in the 3v3 for Renegades. One thing we have to take into account, there's no kit. There's no defuse kit on EUnited. They got to be careful to even entertain this retake without a kit and no nades. Bless you.
They have a decoy. Might not do much, but you know, I've been a fan of the decoy just because of the theory of stuff. Like, if you throw a decoy up a common choke point, people can't hear footsteps. There's a shot being shot in your ears.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that decoys aren't used more on a high-level play. I think it's very good.
People have been using Molotovs for that purpose with mixed results. For example, some people on the T side of Train will throw Molotov towards the upper part of B when they run down the ramp, trying to make a play like that. Doesn't always end in success though, but the intentions are there. Match point for Renegades on Mirage. Again, the first of 4 games for them today. They will be going on to Cash afterwards versus EUnited rather.
After that first half as well, it's nothing really offered up by EUnited on the CT side. Renegades have sort of been quite good at just abusing their skill and just they've had really good defaults actually. The play around mid's been strong. This is good from EUnited as a response. Try to actually contest this mid control. Fight fire with fire, and it looks like it's going to work. Just crazy DMing going on. JKS has meanwhile made his way into the A bomb side. Well, everybody dying in mid so far. Everyone. And they have no idea where JKS could possibly be. They've got some good positions though. JKS does spot Finesse, I think. I'm not sure if... I think Finesse spotted him as well.
He reacted like he spotted him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. He's doing this, so
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing now.
A minute to go. JKS has so much time. And they are playing together, but it is a tight choke point, so there's always a possibility that JKS will be able to find both kills if they try to peek at the same time. Oh, it's a free one. That is really awful to get caught off guard in that fashion, just in the open as well. Oh no, it's the jump button.
M-wheel.
The M wheel.
Why do we've seen it so much?
It's never happened to me ever.
The prevalence is unbelievable this week of accidental jumping.
Oh dear.
JKS is basically on $16,000. He was 20 for 8 at this point. So he'll almost be relieved to spend some money. 6 chances to win the match for Renegades. EUnited have the AWP and 4 M4s. We'll see if Redex can do Ace's job on the CT side. I don't think Ace was the strongest sniper. He had his moments, but I don't think he was consistent enough in the important situations. Oh dear. Well, he will be delayed. Dapper will be eliminated, making a play through the smoke around the bench position, which is now Molotov by the T's, as it should normally be. And look at the kills streaming in for EUnited. Now it's down to Gratisfaction, 1 versus 1. Where is FNS? Does he have any idea? He may just exit the bomb site to reset the situation, but FNS was on B this entire time. He's just come on to short now. Delayed comms. I'm here, boys. Boys.
Where'd you guys go? What times to point out, I think it was Dapper who rushed through the smokes by himself again. We've seen this multiple times at EUnited. They just rush by themselves, trying to make that hero play.
He heard him.
Uh-oh.
He heard him. Oh, R.I.P.
Oh!
my god!
That's a clencher. He's clenching really
Seen
hard.
that a few times from FNS. He tends to mess up like that on occasion.
Come on, where's the timeout, EUnited? Let's go. I want more. Just use them all. If you don't use them, you lose them.
It's true.
Life advice for you guys.
Guess there was a support flashbang.
Wait, did that nade actually do 54 damage to Jacob? Or take him to 54?
I guess so. There's a big huddle up here. Huddle of Renegades players. 5 rounds now for Renegades to close out the match. And from what we've seen this season, they haven't been choking on their advantages. They have been closing things out. Sometimes takes a little longer than otherwise, but
it's a good skill to have.
It's a whole new Renegades. Yeah, some people get to like 14 and start playing not to lose. What? What? What is that?
got caught.
On what the
Maybe like a
hell?
little lip, maybe in a pixel. Literally caught in a pixel.
Just like, we're seeing so many weird grenades.
I like it.
It's a new way.
I haven't got time to make videos of
meta.
all the weird things we're seeing today. Where's my pen?
So the B splits. JKS will collect the bomb. Justin Savage. I wonder what his middle name is. Something with K, I guess.
Kilogram.
It's a great name.
KG.
There they go, just creeping up, contacting into B. I like it. Moose will get absolutely owned. That's a nice shot, though. Speaking of getting owned, Relics is going to take down 2. That AWP before the return comes in, and Grat will get caught off guard because of having to do so much. Liaz now down in the clutch, 1 versus 3. Tagged from the side, still with some HP to work with, as he has no time to do this. Will go for the fake. He has time, he's still got time. This is actually doable now. Dazzle, though, first bullet wins, and Dazzle will get it. But the bomb goes down and a lot of damage is done. It's always nice.
Yeah, very expensive and a bomb down.
Will they struggle to buy? What's their money like?
I love to see the money.
Oh, they will struggle to buy.
And look at this, look at the money on Renegades. You'll for sure be able to buy through round loss bonus. Top of the plant. Look at that beautiful money on that side.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So one player will not have. So one player will be like on MP9 or UMP or something. That's not too bad. There's 1 M4 that's dropped. Who's on the pistol or SMG? Who is it? Who's it gonna be? Is it Moose? Oh, okay. It's UMP on finesse. I like that.
Was Moose opping the old EUnited? Like way.
Ace was.
Ace was.
Ace was there. Also IGL.
I did not recall, not that I remember seeing.
Could be.
FNS sneaking behind the smoke. Liaz drawing attention of a second player. Minute 20 on the clock. 4 rounds now for Renegades to close out the match. And the damage they've been doing and the rounds they've been losing is paying off. You can see FNS on the UMP. Moose is, well, could that turn into a bait situation where FNS pops out at the right time? He's holding the pop flash. 1 minute mark. Relic's got to be careful. Cheeky peek, just as Gratisfaction starts to look towards short, maybe that saved him. Footsteps heard by the player in the underpass. 45 seconds, another smoke on B balcony. And the bomb starts to rotate towards A.
I really like this late mid take from Renegades. I think it's really smart. After putting pressure on B as well. They won't leave themselves with too much time. The 30 seconds though, as the split comes in, that's good enough. Smoked off his Relics, flashing forwards to delay them. Now, if they can take down Dazzle and Dapper quickly, they may have a chance to make the round work. It is a flurry of kills for both sides. 3 versus 3, 19 seconds to plant that bomb. Yeah, so just go for it. He's got the cover here. The smoke's still down, so looking okay for this one. Relics will go for the peak, trying to find the bomb planter, but it is the inverse plant. Yeah, it's doing some damage. And this is looking fantastic now. The clutch for Relics. And he's got 1. JKS is the next one. He's got time. The bomb is fresh. Quick pop flash there as Relics finds himself a more forward position, switching out for the AK-47 to try to make this one work. And the white peak comes in from JKS. Beautiful stuff from him. And that'll be 16-11. Renegades close it down.
Renegades making look at pretty easy. EUnited not there. That was a pretty nice move that they did. But EUnited not on a full team. You could tell by a lot of situations, especially on their CT side, how they would peak angles is not together like you'd see other teams, like the timing and the spacing, and a lot of individual deaths by EUnited for not being patient. You know, an extra couple kills could have resulted in better rounds, who knows? And Renegades just kind of ran away with their skill. And
another W in the bag for Renegades. Nice stuff from them. Continuing to impress every game, I have to say. And again, it will be Cash the second match. Watch the highlights of this one, though. I mean, what did we think of the... I don't know if we've seen enough just yet of the EUnited situation, but I think maybe Cash will be more telling as an even more open map than Mirage. The sniping will be important, so it'll be a curious one. But of course, you just like there's so many question marks now I mean, maybe they bring in Cooper for the next match. Like, who the hell knows what's going to happen? Maybe he's been kicked out of the house. Who knows? 2,600 damage for Liaz. A good average, though, across the entire team in terms of kills for Renegades. And the same can be said for EUnited, even though they came up short. So again, that's Mirage in the bag for Renegades, and it will be Cash, the second map between these two teams. What will we see from EUnited? I think that's the main question now as we move into Cash. We will find out after the break. See you back here shortly.